Okay, we got our kit opened up. We've got some pieces out. We got our faucet grease again, and this is just some basic faucet grease you can buy at a home center or plumbing supply store. Now we've put the bottom O-ring on already. Now we're going to set the top one right in that little shoulder there. Now one of the big problems with this faucet and the design of it is that it seizes up easily, so we're going to get plenty of grease on here. Try to make it work smoothly as long as possible before it needs to be done again. Okay, we've got our faucet body here, the spout body rather. So we're going to go down with that, and that should seat right on there. Even turns now. That's a great feature. Okay. Now we just reverse the process, put it all back together. Now inside there are pieces like these. You got a spring and a seat for the cold, and a spring and a seat for the hot. And this ball sits down on those. It'd be hard to see it in the faucet on the camera, but I'll show it to you there on the counter. Okay, this little retainer piece only fits in one way. There's a little groove on the side and a little prong that goes in that groove. You know what? Let's put a little grease on this too. Just thought of that. As you can see, sometimes it's a little tricky to get out of there. Okay. That's why we got the plug in the sink, just for reasons like that. So we're just going to take a little bit, and then in this case you just need a thin layer on here. There's also a little slot and a prong in here too that only lets this ball go in one way as well. So everything can only go in one way. Okay. Now this screws on. Like that. We'll just snug it with a wrench, or in this case pliers. Now the actual faucet's a little loose on the platform here, so we're going to need to go underneath and tighten that, but at least it swivels now, so we'll have to get to that next. Underneath there's going to be a nut coming straight up, and it's going to go in between the back of the sink and the back of the wall, so there's a kind of a slot up in there that you have to work in. You're going to need a basin wrench for that. This is a basin wrench right here, a rusty one at that, but it has a couple of grooved kind of arms here that will wrap around that nut and fit up in that slot and tighten it. So that's what we're going to use. Alright, as soon as I do that, I'll come back up here and show you how to put the rest of the faucet back together.